Hello and welcome to this session on punches and types of punches. Let us begin with the session.
Let us look at the objectives of this session. At the end of this session, you will be able to state the application of punches, identify different types of punches, how to properly use a punch, sharpening and maintaining of punches. Punches. Punches are hard tools made up of hardened metal featuring pointy tip at one end and a dulled end at the other end, which are often used in conjunction with other tools like hammer. Punches are used to witness mark metals, perform centering drill bits for drilling holes, punch holes in leather, paper, rubber and other materials, drive pins or rivets, align and transfer location of holes, freeze frozen pins from their holes, and special punches are designed for other uses. Punch tools are often classified as hollow and solid punches. Hollow punches have a circular cutting edge and are sized according to their cutting diameter. Hollow punches have hollow interiors and are used to create holes in the workpiece by punching the surface. Hollow punches are made of tool carbon steel, heat treated for hardening. Hollow punches are made to cut out gaskets and to cut holes in leather, canvas, paper and metal. Solid punches are used to witness mark materials, to drive out straight or tapered pins, to mark metal for starting holes to be drilled, to align holes in different sections of metal, and to punch holes by hand in metal up to 3 mm of thickness. The various types of solid punches are prick punch. It is useful for placing point reference marks on metal. The tip of the prick punches is grounded to an angle of 30 degrees. A center punch is useful when marking large indentations in metal. The tip of the center punches is grounded to an angle of 90 degrees. Center punches are normally used for marking and starting holes to be drilled. A dot punch is a lighter and thinner version of the center punch and is used basically for the same job. However, it is more accurate as the dot produced is smaller. Although they have a sharper point, ground to 60 degrees. Drive punch. Drive punch is a type of punch tool that has no pointy edges. Instead, it has a flat face that is ideal for driving out damaged rivets, bolts, and pins. The size of the drive punch is defined by its face width. Example, 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch. The drive punch with a straight shank is called as the drift pin or drift punch. Drift punches are also referred to as drift pins and are mostly used to align holes before bolting or riveting metal parts together so that the fasteners can be inserted properly. Transfer punch. It is used to transfer the location of holes from a template onto a workpiece. Ejector pin punch. Ejector punches are those mechanical devices which are designed to knock out material or to eject the parts after pressing or stamping operation. Marking punch. Marking punches are referred to as those punches which are used to emboss or create a specific texture on the surface of a material or workpiece. Pilot punch. Pilot punches are found having an interior pin which is used for aligning the punch into an existing hole or also for allowing the outer point to cut out on a larger hole. Straight punch. Straight punches are referred to as those mechanical devices which are used to cut through the metal sheets or other sheet materials like leather or plastic. Letter and number punches. These hardened and tempered steel punches are used to stamp identifying symbols, letters, or numbers as required on the work. Automatic center punch. This instrument is found performing the same function as that of an ordinary center punch but without the need for a hammer. Bell punch. A bell punch is a mechanical device which is used for punching purposes and is known to have accurate self-center on a round bar metal. Let us learn how to properly use the different types of punches. Use a punch only for the purpose for which it is intended and designed for. Generally, while witness marking hole and arc centers on a solid workpiece, use center punches. For correcting the center point, if your first attempt at marking the mark does not exactly correspond with the intersection, angle the punch toward the center and strike again. This will move the punch mark to the exact center. Even up the punch mark by holding the tool perpendicular and striking it again. Generally, while witness marking profile lines on a solid workpiece, use dot or prick punches. While witness marking on sheet metals, avoid center punches. For marking holes in sheet metal, one can use a drill to make the holes, but a sheet metal punch produces a stronger fixing which gives the screw threaded more support. Always use only prick punch for marking soft metal such as brass. While punching, hold the punch approximately in the middle, lightly with the fingers of one hand, while taking support of a little finger near the tip. Locate the end of the punch at the point to be marked for a pin to be driven or a hole to be cut at an angle so that one can see the point. Straighten punch after locating so that it is perpendicular to the work. Do not strike head of punch with a hammer until punch is perpendicular. Always, while striking a hammer to the punch, strike with a single heavy blow. Thicker materials may need more than one blow. When punching holes in metal, use a center or prick punch to mark the center. Scribe the desired circle with a pair of dividers. Select the proper size and type of punch. Locate punch on the scribed circle and strike head with a heavy hammer until hole is cut. Use a solid punch and die in a punching machine for punching holes in metal up to 6 mm thickness. Use a hollow punch for holes in thin sheet metal and in soft material. Place a block of wood under the work before cutting out holes with a hollow punch to prevent damage to the edge of the punch after it finishes the cut. Never use a punch that has mushroomed head or whose point or cutting edge is dull. For lining up of holes with fasteners, aligning, always use drift punches and do not use drive pins. For driving out the pins, rivets out a hole, always use drive punches and do not use drift punch. Let us learn how to care and maintain punches. Sharpening and resharpening of punches require frequent grinding. Grind a punch so that the end is perfectly conical with a desired angle to the center line of the punch. While resharpening the punches on a pedestal grinding machine, place punch on work rest and feed end of punch onto abrasive wheel while keeping the axis of the punch at an angle of 45 degrees to the grinding face to sharpen or resharpen a center punch. Place punch on work rest and feed end of punch onto abrasive wheel while keeping the axis of the punch at an angle of 30 degrees to the grinding face to sharpen or resharpen a dot punch. Place the punch on work rest and feed end of the punch onto an abrasive wheel while keeping the axis of the punch at an angle of 15 degrees to the grinding face to sharpen or resharpen a prick punch. Rotate the punch during grinding to obtain a perfect conical surface. Dip the punch in lubricant or coolant frequently. Do not grind away more metal than is necessary to obtain a flat, nick-free end. Never hold the punch against the side faces of grinding wheel for sharpening. Do not hold the punch with cotton waste or cloth while grinding. Always wear proper PPE before grinding the punches. After using a punch, wipe it clean and apply a thin film of oil to prevent rusting. Carefully place the punches and dies on a shelf, rack or other suitable place to avoid damaging their cutting edges. For long periods of storage, apply thin coat of grease to the whole punch, points and cutting edges and store carefully.
To recap, we have learned to state the application of punches, identify different types of punches, how to properly use a punch, sharpening and maintaining of punches. So that's all about punches and types of punches. Hope you have understood all the concepts and exercises. See you in the next session.